Coming up, the team investigates Montgomery Hall Plantation in Stanton, Virginia.
An enormous house, so it stood here for a long time. John Howe Payton was a prominent attorney in Stanton, and he raised and fathered 10 children in this house.
This historical landmark is now home of the city's parks and recreation offices.
Children's laughter is heard up and down the hallways, and there's no children there.
I think there's two younger males that I pick up here.
Will the spirits come out to play?
Are you hiding back here? Whoa.
Find out tonight on this episode of the Black Raven Chronicles.
Lena? Out here? How old are you, Lena?
Did you hear it?
Yeah. Huh? What the?
And I think that's what was returned.
I just saw something go across the screen.
Our investigation today sees us back in our hometown of Stanton, Virginia. Montgomery Hall Park is a historic landmark with a vast and significant past. The mansion and surrounding grounds date back to the early 1800s when John Howe Payton built the plantation.
And it was built for his wife as a wedding gift, an enormous house, so it stood here for a long time. John Howe Payton was a prominent attorney in Stanton, and he raised and fathered 10 children in this house. So it was always full of love and laughter and life.
Not all of those who lived on the plantation experienced the same quality of life that the Paytons enjoyed. Like many southern plantations of the time, slave labor was used to cultivate the expansive grounds at Montgomery Hall. In an odd twist of fate, the descendants of those once enslaved would soon call this land their own. In 1947, under the petition of Reverend T.J. Jemison to the City Council, the grounds and the buildings of Montgomery Hall became a park to be used and operated by the African American community. It was integrated as part of the city park system in 1969 as the Jim Crow era came to an end. Today the park is home to the offices of Stanton Parks and Recreation, and its grounds are enjoyed by many year-round.
Throughout its history, there's been a lot of paranormal activity in the house.
Matt Willis is a guide with the Ghost of Stanton Walking Ghost Tours. He spoke with us about the paranormal encounters that had been reported at Montgomery Hall.
We know for a fact that in the house, 3 people died: his second wife, his mother, and an infant child.
There have often been reports of people seeing spirits walking the halls of the mansion.
And a lot of the paranormal activity takes place in this building throughout its history, and to this day actually occurs at night. Now the building is full pretty much all the time. As a Parks and Recs department headquarters, it's full of recreational activities, games, all kinds of things in here. And the odd occurrences seem to occur most of the time at night, between the hours of 3 to about 5:30 in the morning, and they involve the cleaning crew. So the cleaning crew arrives, and they seem to be witnessed to a lot of the activity that goes on. And the interesting thing that I always find is that when you get the same story from different people that have not communicated with each other, then I think there seems to be some validity to that. The thing that happens most prominently is items are lost or misplaced or disappear, and then they reappear months later. One of the most interesting ones is in a lock cabinet, a bag of marbles went missing. And then they were missing for about 4 months. And then they reappeared just out of the blue, lined up on a windowsill one morning in a locked building that nobody was in. Children's laughter is heard up and down the hallways, and there's no children there. One of the individuals that work in the building, she was walking up the steps early one morning, one of the cleaning crew, looked down the hallway and spotted, to her surprise, a small girl in a light blue dress. She described her as having shoulder-length blonde hair. The girl smiled at her, seemed to be happy, turned and went into an office. And when the woman, who was quite startled, went into the office to follow the girl, there was nobody in there. And she says that the little girl appeared as solid as you or I. There's interesting instances where a woman in white has been spotted in the upstairs windows on multiple occasions by different people. So there's a lot of interesting things that go on in the building throughout history and to this day. It's very, very active.
To begin, we had Dawn Rogers, a psychic medium and co-director of Black Raven Paranormal, perform a preliminary walkthrough of the establishment to provide her interpretation of the energy present.
I do feel like there's more than one kid, not just the small child from the other side of the building, but there's multiple that move in and out of here. Specific, I guess this door goes outside. I see a lot of movement with that door, not so much this one. But there's another energy that's a woman, a female, that kind of has me feeling like my stomach's real upset, and I don't know. She had something wrong with her stomach, and I think that's the actual passing part. Like she had some kind of extreme sickness, or that's what it feels like. Some kind of.
Are we talking an older woman
sickness.
here?
Not really old. This woman doesn't feel very, very old. She feels like maybe early 50s, maybe.
Okay.
Early 50s. She might be younger than that and just aged with whatever this physical ailment is.
Okay.
It definitely hit her physically and hit her hard. It's some kind of serious sickness that involves her stomach and eating and stuff like that. But she doesn't feel real nice either, energetically. So there's some negative trauma with her in here. And that's pretty much all I get.
Intelligent, right?
Yes, she is. She moves about the building. And she's pressing that negativity. It's not just the physical ailment, but there's like some kind of control type aggression. Not necessarily towards me, just out. Like she pushes that out. Did you see that? Or the door? Were you looking at the door?
I was looking over that way.
I swear I just saw a shadow move in front of that doorway. Like, you see how the window pane glass is on the wall?
Yeah.
It looked like it went from the window pane, the shadow there.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Dang it. Thought it did it again almost. Weird. So there's a male down here that moves between this corridor and this way, and he is in mid-50s. Oh man. Okay. He is mid-50s, and he is African American. The gentleman that is in there is a taller gentleman, and I can't pick him up as much because I think that this one that moves through in here is more residual energy. This one is more intelligent, yeah. And I don't think that he likes people down here. He takes he's responsible for this space, and he takes that very seriously. So we are encroaching and at risk of causing harm to his area. He doesn't like that. That one in there is more residual, and there's a lot of trauma involved. So I feel like that he might have passed from a heart attack, because I can feel that. But the gentleman in here is extremely tall and very thin.
Now this guy right here, the African American,
Yeah.
what time frame are we going back?
He makes me feel like he was here from the beginning. That's how he makes me feel. And I think that's why he's got that serious connection to the place.
So we're talking a slave.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to, he doesn't want to, he just doesn't want us here. That you're not supposed to be here is essentially what I keep getting. But I do feel like anybody that would come down here into this room is going to get the notion that they're being watched, and that's him. That's him watching. So I do pick up a woman, a black woman that I can see. I think she's more residual though. I don't know that she's aware of me at all, but I feel like I can see her walking this hallway here, and I feel like her route, I guess, is through this way and out. But she's tending to stuff in here. Like this was like, I guess, a work area. And it's just, I just see her repeating. I don't necessarily think that she's more a spirit that will communicate.
She's gonna go about her business.
Yeah. I don't feel like she'll engage you. And I just see her making those movements, kind of like that was her deal.
Okay. So we pick
Did you
up.
hear that?
Yeah.
What was that?
What was it? It was right here, wasn't it?
It was above me.
Or was it above us? Because there's nobody above us. They're down there. But it was, I heard it. Yeah, I think there's two younger males that I pick up here. At the moment, what I'm seeing is their movement, so I can see them moving up and down and through here. But I don't think they're residual. I just don't have them. I don't have them at the moment.
Okay.
I feel like they will approach you.
Curious.
Right, very. Yeah, they're young. They're bored. They're just curious, yeah.
Okay.
After Dawn performed a walkthrough, we sat down with the team to lay out our game plan for tonight's investigation.
Hey everybody, it's a good thing to be here and investigate Montgomery Hall Plantation tonight, our headquarters, and it should be a lot of fun. What I'd like to do as far as a game plan, Travis, I'd like to have you work with Dawn. You all start down in the basement. Before you do so though, if you could set the motion camera upstairs in the conference room, I'd like that. And also to get some thermal, use the thermal camera tonight, see what you can get, okay?
All right.
Becky, Michael, I'd like to start you all up in the attic and use some of the trigger objects up there. See if we can get some interaction. No, with trigger objects, I mean less toys or whatnot. Okay. Is everybody ready to go at it?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay here and monitor base camp. Keep you posted anything that happens. Okay.
We will be focusing our efforts on 3 key locations: the basement, the second floor, and the attic. In the attic, heavy footsteps and noises are often heard. On the second floor, lights are often turned on and objects are moved. And in the basement, many have reported seeing shadows and hearing voices. As part of our investigation, we gather electromagnetic frequency readings, or EMFs. It is known that when there is a high level of EMF in a location, it can cause a person to feel unsettled or even get ill. In the paranormal field, it is believed that when a spirit attempts to manifest, that it needs energy to do so. While Michael and Travis continue to gather readings in the basement, a disembodied voice is captured on our footage.
We've had a good bit of activity in this other room over here. Show you here in a minute. Show you here in a minute.
Moving up to the second floor, they begin to check EMF levels in several of the offices. It is not long before activity begins.
I'm really surprised these crystals aren't putting off any energy. You know?
Mm-hmm. What was that?
What was that?
I don't know, but I heard it.
It come from this way?
Yeah.
It didn't sound like a camera did.
I don't know what it sounded like, but I can heard it.
Well, anyway, this, there's nothing in here. There's something out here though.
Yeah.
It came from this direction, am I right?
Yeah, it definitely did.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you make that noise again? Make a knocking sound like that. Let us know where you're at. Like that.
After being unable to locate the source of a loud bang, Michael and Travis move up to take baselines in the attic.
We've heard walking across this part of the floor. While walking this path. Boy, it don't sound right, does it?
No.
We walked over here before, right?
Yeah. I'm sure you're safe.
Orbs and light anomalies are balls of light that are often captured in video and photographs, generally at haunted locations. It is believed that true light anomalies are the energy or the spirit of a deceased individual. Oftentimes, orbs can be confused with dust or bugs. Some characteristics that we specifically look for in a light anomaly are: is it self-illuminating, 3D in appearance, and does it demonstrate some intelligent or interactive movement? While it is obvious that some of the orbs we can see here are dust, there is one that sparks our interest. After taking baseline readings throughout the location, Michael, Travis, and our cameraman met up with the rest of the team on the second floor to share their experience with the loud unexplained bang, at which point they capture a very clear Class A EVP. No cameras were running at this time. Listen again to what we believe is a voice saying Jonathan.
Everybody heard it. That was nuts. Everybody heard it. That was nuts.
While Travis and Dawn begin to investigate in the recreation hall, Michael and Becky head up to investigate the attic. Michael sets up some trigger objects for their EVP session.
Is there any way you can make a noise up here, let us know you're here?
An EVP session is a well-known technique in the paranormal field. Using handheld audio recorders, an investigator asks a series of questions. Sometimes voices can be heard responding to these questions on the recorder that cannot be heard by the human ear. This captured voice is known as an EVP, or electronic voice phenomenon.
Well, we've heard a lot of stuff up here. We've heard footsteps walking across the floor. We've heard children giggling. We've actually had that one incident. We've had a lot of incidents with children over the years up here. This whole time.
So is somebody playing hide and seek up here?
After not being able to capture any EVPs, Michael and Becky head down to the second floor.
Do you look out this window at people when they walk by?
What's your name? Do you like to sit in the big chair at the desk?
Are you one of the kids from the Howell family?
While Michael and Becky head down to the basement, Dawn and Travis head up to the attic to attempt to communicate with the children Dawn believes linger up there.
Did you hear talking?
I heard something as soon as I got to here.
Sound like talking to me.
Come on, talk to you. Did we hear you a few minutes ago? We don't have a lot of time.
That sounded like a whistle.
I heard it. It sounded like it was back in the back corner back through there.
Yep.
Are you just filling us out? Kids, if y'all like the colors red or blue, there's a little meter right over here. All you gotta do is get close to it and it'll go off. Can you show us what color's your favorite one? I'll step back farther back from it. You don't have to worry about us. Run up there and tap that thing.
Can you tell me how many of you there are up here? Maybe you can knock for how many there are. I heard something knock behind me before I finished speaking. Over there.
Are you hiding back here? Whoa.
What was that?
What was that?
Oh.
What was that? Because that was loud.
That was very loud.
I felt it in my feet, but I wasn't moving.
Yeah, what was that?
Are you up here with us?
That's what it sounded like, whatever that was.
Mm-hmm.
It was right here. You can't get it to do it again.
If you can knock and make physical noise, you could make this light go off. All you have to do is walk by it. No.
If you really want us to leave, make that change colors and we'll leave. As soon as it changes the color, we'll pack up and go. I promise.
After trying to get results with the EMF detector, our cameraman's battery drains completely, causing his camera to shut down. As soon as it does, the lights on the meter go off and they capture another strange sound, much like a scream on their audio recorder.
NDP.
Yeah, there's no way, because that's the extended battery. It shouldn't have died.
That's just our luck, though. Right when it goes off.
The Montgomery Hall plantation certainly has unexplained activity. The extensive history with numerous tenants makes it difficult to pin down which spirits still linger inside.
Are you hiding back here? Whoa.
While we may not know exactly who they are, it is clear that there are spirits that still call this mansion their home.